Good morning. Good morning. Or if you're not a morning person, welcome back to Booking Monsters. My name is PK. It is Wednesday, March the 20th, and being Wednesday, we look at the new releases that are romance oriented. And there's not a whole lot here, so we'll see what we can do. Maybe we'll look at another source if we go through these way too quickly. Hope you had a good night. I slept very well, having not slept well the night before, so yay! It's a win. I'll take it. Elena said, "Good morning, PK. Good morning to you. How are you doing?" And I will see you Friday and Saturday. Oh, that's good to hear. I appreciate you. Thank you. And Mary said, "Good morning, Elena, PK, and everyone. Happy Wednesday. No baby. Ah, but the doctor's coming in soon and may give her something to move things along faster." I'm sure they've gone through all the midwives' tales of try this, try that, try that. Not that I have ever gone through that, but it's like eviction notice, baby. Come on. Come on, Annie. Deborah says, good morning, Deborah. And Mary says, hi. All right. Though they are few, we shall look at our romances. And I'm going to shut down that tab. All right. Expiration dates by Rebecca Searle. I did read one of hers. I think it was In 5 Years that I read. Being single is like playing the lottery. There's always the chance that with one piece of paper you could win it all. Daphne Bell believes the universe has a plan for her. Every time she meets a new man, she receives a slip of paper with his name and a number on it, the exact amount of time they will be together. Oh, that kind of, spoilers. The papers told her she'd spend 3 days with Martin in Paris, 5 weeks with Noah in San Francisco, and 3 months with Hugo, her ex boyfriend turned best friend. Daphne has been receiving the numbered papers for over 20 years, always wondering when there will be one without an expiration. Finally, the night of a blind date at her favorite Los Angeles restaurant, there's only a name: Jake. But as Jake and Daphne's story unfolds, Daphne finds herself doubting the paper's prediction and wrestling with what it means to be both committed and truthful, because Daphne knows things Jake doesn't, information that if he found out would break his heart. Told with her signature warmth and insight, blah, blah, blah. Would you want to know? Because then you'd start a countdown. I mean, cute concept. And I might even read it someday. But there's also free will involved. Uh, it's fiction. Let it go. In a Not So Perfect World by Neely Tubati Alexander. Emily Griffin says this is a writer watch. A delightful Caribbean set romp about an ambitious designer of apocalyptic video games with a strategy for almost everything who discovers what happens when her best laid plans go off course. Sloane Cooper is up for her dream job as a designer for a top video game company. Why is the name Sloane making a comeback? During the interview, though, she somehow promises the all-male panel that she'll remain single and fully dedicated to the work. It's actually fine. After her last boyfriend cheated on her, she vowed to focus on her career anyway. Enter Charlie, aka Hot Neighbor Guy, a near stranger who shocks her with the offer of an all-inclusive trip to a Turks and Caicos resort. The catch? Charlie originally planned the trip with his ex and asked Sloane to pose as his new girlfriend to make his old flame come running back. Against her better judgment, Sloane says yes. She can use the time away to develop a game design that will dazzle the Catapult team and get her a job offer. Despite sparks flying in paradise, the trip can't lead to more. As their connection deepens, Sloane is reminded that she can't fall for Charlie and get knocked off her professional path. Besides, he's trying to win back his true love. Can Sloane figure out a way to move past heartbreak, land the job of her dreams, and avoid catching feelings? The zombie apocalypse would be easier to solve. At least she's prepared for that. Novel idea, pardon the pun. It's okay. I'm getting immune to puns. Deborah says she wouldn't want to know. Yeah. I mean, that's sad. Okay, we've got a week left. I mean, what do you do? Do you savor it? Yes, but you're also like preparing yourself to move on. Meh. Yeah, this cover got me too. Let's see what it's about. Let's see if it holds up to the cover. This is A Damsels of Discovery by Elizabeth Everett. When a Victorian apothecary hires a stoic private investigator to protect her business, I'm intrigued. They learn there's only one way to treat true love, with a happily ever after. When Lucinda Peterson's recently perfected formula for a salve to treat croup goes missing, she's certain it's like Vicks Vapor Rub, maybe. Uh, it's only the latest in a line of misfortunes at the hands of a rival apothecary. Outraged and fearing financial ruin, Lucy turns to private investigator Jonathan Thorne for help. She just didn't expect her champion to be so grumpy. A single father and an agent at Tierney and Co., Thorne accepts missions for a wide variety of employers, from the British government to wronged wives. None have intrigued him so much as the spirited Miss Peterson. As the two work side by side to unmask her scientific saboteur, Lucy slips ever so sweetly under Thorne's battered armor, tempting him to abandon old promises. With no shortage of suspects, with a hostile political group to an erstwhile suitor, Thorne's investigation becomes a threat to all that Lucy holds dear. As the truth unravels around them, the cure to their problems is clear. They must face the future together. Let's see. Grumpy Sunshine, sure. Single father, sure. It's like they have little check boxes. But I am intrigued by that one. We shall see. Catching Feelings, an Enemies to Lovers baseball romance. Orleans University, second in that series by Marin Moore. I accidentally hooked up with the guy I despise. Accident. A mistake I'd love to forget, except now he's my new roommate. Reese Landry is Orleans University's arrogant all-star catcher, and I'm the one girl he can't seem to catch. If anything, it only makes him want me more. He's disgustingly rich, of course he is. Stupidly charming, and everyone loves him, except me. But then life throws me the ultimate curveball. He's my new temporary roomie. I thought it was going to be easy keeping him at a distance. Turns out I was wrong. He's nothing like the cocky rich playboy that I thought he was. I told myself one more time wouldn't hurt. We promised to keep things casual, no strings attached. But soon lines blur and he somehow becomes my only safe space to land. And now we're catching feelings. So if you're looking for a baseball, taking a break from the hockey ones. And yeah, there was a hockey one here, but it had the F bomb in the title, and I didn't want to showcase that one. Take Me, I'm Yours, a forbidden age gap romance. Oh dear. By Lily Valente. Ew. Ew. Okay, we'll read it. I'm not supposed to want my ex-boyfriend's dad. But after one scorching night last summer with a sexy older man who instinctively knew how much I wanted to be called his good girl, I can't stay thinking about him, and I just can't go on anymore. Okay. Onward. Let's go on to a pretty dress one. A Noble Scheme, Imposters #2 by Rosanna M. White. Gemma Parks is known throughout high society as G.M. Parker, a columnist renowned for her commentary on the cream of society. Behind the scenes, she uses her talent to aid the imposters in their investigations by gathering intel at events and providing alibis for the elite firm's members through her columns. Yet her clandestine work would be more exhilarating if it weren't for the constant presence of the gentleman who broke her heart. Graham Wharton has never had eyes for anyone but Gemma, and she left his soul in tatters when she walked away from him. When the imposters take on a new job to recover a kidnapped boy mistaken for his aristocratic cousin, Graham is determined to use the time with Gemma not only to restore the missing boy, but also to win back the only woman he's ever loved. As they trace the clues laid out before them, Graham must devise a noble scheme. Not only a scheme, but a noble scheme to save the boy's life and heal their hearts. This is set in Edwardian era England. Much better. And it's a pretty cover. Sorry, coffee is required. Okay, Flirty Little Secret by Jessica Leap? I don't know. Sorry, I apologize. Romantic comedy. School counselor Lucy Galindo has a secret. To her coworkers, friends, and even family, she's shy, sweet, and constantly struggling to hold off disaster, read, manage her anxiety and depression. But online, she's bold, confident, and always knows what to say. Is how she's become the wildly popular at the misguided counselor. It's also why she keeps her identity anonymous. Her followers would never trust the real Lucy with their problems. History teacher Aldrich Fletcher thought a new job would give him some relief from his drama filled family. Instead, he's dodging his ex girlfriend and pining over his new coworker, who only ever seems to see him at his worst. Thankfully, he can count on his online confidant for advice until he discovers the misguided counselor is Lucy. Now Fletcher has a secret too, and while Lucy can't deny there's something between them, she's not sure she can trust him. He's keeping your secret. Can they both find the courage to share the truth and step out from behind their screens? No. I mean, look at the cover. They're not even looking at each other. They're looking at their phones. Bah. Just for this summer, a fun swapped roles contemporary clean romance novel by Melody Carlson. Ginny Masters manages a popular boutique hotel in Seattle and manages with aplomb. But the daily challenges and irritations of a fast paced job and a demanding boss are starting to get to her. Jacqueline Potter manages her grandfather's fishing lodge in Idaho because it was the only job she could find after graduating with her hospitality degree. She's grateful for the work but longs for a more sophisticated and cosmopolitan life she's just not going to find in this backwoods town. Solution to both their problems seems obvious. Just for the summer, they'll swap jobs and lifestyles, but they never anticipated swapping love interests. In this fabulous new twist on an age old fable, award winning and best selling author Melody Carlson introduces you to two career focused women who are about to discover that there's more to finding happiness than just switching up the scenery. They don't. Uh, Sounds like they're not falling in love with each other, but we don't even hear about the guys. Interesting. Compare the last two covers, the one with pretty dress and then this one, a world of difference. Absolutely. And that's, on purpose. It's definitely a marketing choice of who they are targeting. The Elements series by Brittany Cherry, The Air He Breathes. Tristan used to have it all, but now he's a broken shell of a man, angrily lashing out at anyone who comes too close. He's fully prepared to be the monster everyone claims he is, until he meets a woman whose heart is just as shattered as his own. Together, they're no longer lost alone in the dark. Together, at last, they are free. I was warned about Tristan Cole. Stay away from him, people said. He's cruel, he's cold, he's damaged. But that's just what what, a red flag in front of a bull? It's easy to judge a man because of his past, to look at Tristan and see a monster, but I couldn't do that. I had to accept the wreckage that lived inside of him because it also lived inside of me. We were both empty. We were both looking for something else, something more. We both wanted to put together the shattered pieces of our yesterdays. Then perhaps we could finally remember how to breathe. Yeah, definitely going for the Gen Zers on that one. Whether or Not by Tracy Brogan. Meteorologist Allison Winters loves her job at Channel 7 News, but after 2 years of working the 0 dark 30 morning shift, she's ready for a new adventure. When the news director assigns her to join a team of adrenaline loving, tornado seeking storm chasers, Allie is thrilled. Live weather segments from the road are just what she needs to boost her on air visibility and get that promotion. There's just one problem: Dylan Parks, storm team leader, and her one time fiance, of course. The last time Dylan Parks saw Ellie Winters, she just returned his engagement ring and twisted up his heart like an F5 tornado. Now she's in the backseat of his tech laden SUV, looking more beautiful than ever and expecting to spend the week with him and his team. In the 5 years since their breakup, Dylan worked hard at establishing his career. He'd worked even harder at getting over the love of his life. Neither was easy, and her surprise appearance is making him feel as unstable as a springtime weather system in Kansas. But they're both professionals. They can handle this, right? As long days spent chasing ominous clouds give way to nostalgic memories and evenings together stir up their long buried emotions, both Dylan and Allie wonder if they can put their turbulent history in the rearview mirror. Is it possible that true love, like lightning, sometimes strikes twice? Maybe. Let's go back to this love remedy one. That's all I have. We could possibly look at the Harlequin site, but let's go back to this one for a minute. Read a sample. All these front pages. The book, oh, trigger warning. London, 1843. How much for pulling a tooth? Any other day, Lucinda Peterson's answer would have been however much the man standing before her could afford. Since its founding, Peterson's apothecary held a reputation for charging fair prices for real cures. If a customer had no money, Lucy and her siblings would often accept goods or services in trade. Today, however, was not any other day. Today was officially the worst day of Lucy's life. Yes, there had been other worse days, but that was before today. Today was absolutely the worst. Half shilling, Lucy said, steel in her voice as she crossed her arms, exuding determination. She would hold strong today. She would think of the money the shop desperately needed and the bills piling up and the fact that she truly, really, absolutely needed new undergarments. It reads like a young adult, which is, good for young adult readers to get a historical romance taste, but for adults, it read kind of young. Bah. All right, we got a couple more minutes. Let's scroll through the harlequin.com website. These are the new releases. These are the ebooks, and these are available to read on the Harlequin website. These are officially being released in April. And some of them we have already looked at because they do put these out separately, but then they do have their category stuff. Ooh, pretty dress. I don't do cowboys necessarily, but that is a pretty dress. I just want that cover. I don't necessarily want to read it. A diamond for his defiant Cinderella. Look at that dress. It's like playing Barbies, only it's books. Ah, we're just going to scroll a little bit, see if anything jumps out of us. I don't do Amish. I don't do babies. What do you do? Well, I do smart ones. Yeah, sometimes the suspense ones are okay. Lots of action here, though. Look at this. We have this snowmobiling here, crash landing, deadly mountain rescue. Yeah, I don't do babies. I'd check that out if that were a Harlequin movie. His unexpected grandchild. Hunted hotshot hero. The Jewish one by Jennifer Wilk. She does those. I don't know. Do you see that cover with the baby up close? Mary, you've got grandbaby brain, but would you? This is a romance book, but has a baby very, very up close and personal. Ha! I don't know. Oh well, we are out of time. All righty. Well, that is most of the romances that are being set into the wild this week. Tomorrow's morning show, we will look at fantasy and science fiction. And then Friday will be freeform, just things that catch our eye or more cozy mysteries, whatever we feel like doing, because it will be Friday. Uh, Being Wednesday today, we do not have sprints tonight on my channel. The next sprints we have are tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. They'll go for 2.5 hours, and after that, we have sprints on Saturday afternoon at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 3 p.m. Eastern. Hope you guys have a good Wednesday. Read good books. Off to the dentist for semi-annual cleanings. We'll miss. Good luck. Happy hump day. Same to you. And bye, y'all. See you later. See you, Deborah. Thank you so much. So please take care. Read good books. And as the banner says here, don't be a bookworm. Be a bookie monster. Nom, nom, nom. Have a good day and God bless.